From steep climbs to washouts everywhere, we had to meet some serious challenges on this day. It was exhausting. So, follow along and you'll find out how we had to deal with these and how we retreated 4 times. Okay, we're dropping off the Valley of Fire Highway onto a pretty marginal road here. And we're going to be west of Valley of Fire State Park. So I have some of these roads out here, I have planned. I'm not even sure they exist. Some do. They're on trails off-road, on X. Others, I just sort of used a satellite map and kind of guessed. So there could be some adventure today where things don't actually work out very well. So yesterday we were on Bitter Springs Trail, and it was typical Mojave. It was kind of boring and brush and flat in places, and then it got really, really good, like really super. But when it came time to camp, that was a problem because it was 98 degrees, and we don't camp in 98 degrees. It's just we couldn't find any shade. There's no shade out here, except at the Owl Rocks campground in Valley of the Fire. So we get to the entrance station, it says campground full. I asked the ranger, is it really campground full? And they said, yes, it's spring break. And even though it's like really hot, the campground's all reserved up. My guess is a whole bunch of those people were never going to show up. But that was the only shade I could think of, is to get behind those rocks. It's really cool campsites over there. But that didn't work out. So with no other shade anywhere near, we went back to this remote village in the Mojave, far out in the desert, and spent a night with air conditioning and really good food. So hopefully cooler today. Today's objective is to get over to Gold Butte National Monument and camp over there in Little Finland, or whatever they call it, which looks like a cool place on some of the videos I watched. This trail is going to be interesting this morning. Okay, what do we got? We're going down steep. It's got that big berm in the middle, so I've got to ride the ridges here. Now we're meeting up with another road, which doesn't show on the map. So this looks a little more used than the one we just got on. Okay, here's a challenging hill climb because it dips down before it. Let's put it in mud ruts. And then climbs very steep. So we go down like this, and then we go up like this. Nice. Oh, and it keeps going like this. Okay, this is a long, slow way to go without scenery that's worth having. There are, I think, better roads out here. It's not clear, but I think so. That could kind of get to the same destination without going out here. But if you want to get away from people, this area sure does it. Okay, we're dropping down into a big wash now. And it's shit. That's vertical.
Mm-hmm.
I better stop that. Okay. Gonna use M1, but it's not particularly technical, but it's extremely steep. Extremely steep. But nice, just rolled it. Okay, Katya caught that on video, so whatever the next adventure is. Okay, we're going into a canyon. Finally, there's something interesting happening. We're getting past a yucca. I see a barrel here on the left. Okay, twisted, gnarly rock. Love it.
These days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else.
I don't even think that's going to require mud ruts. It's very steep. Very steep. But it doesn't look bad. You just putts up it. Normal all-wheel drive mode. Lots of control. So we're coming up to a decision point here as whether we want to stay out here or head over to Gold Butte. So far, it just hasn't been interesting. We're disappointed. Okay, here's where the road divides. And I have us going off to the right. And that looks pretty sketchy off that way. So part of it is, see, Onyx, what do they have here? They put us here. Okay, it doesn't show anything really going to the right much here. There's a little track farther up, Ute Road, and then we get over into Valley of Fire, but Ute Road kind of ends somewhere. The Spanish Trail. Oh, here we are. So this shows, this is Trails Off-Road. And it shows we go a little farther, we can connect to something that looks a little more important, and then come down and around here. There's a road ahead of us, but it might be pretty sketchy. So, and it goes off like this, it looks like. So let's look at, if we look at Onyx, it shows we should go up here also, farther up this main road to the left, and because it doesn't even show the road here that I'm looking at. Then we hit Ute Road, we go through here, this is a butte here and so forth. That could be interesting, and it gets back over into here, but then it doesn't really show anything else. And it's not one of their tracks or anything, but it would be good to get over into here, more into the state park, and see what's going on. So let's go a little farther and we'll make a decision. Okay, this is Ute Road, And it looks pretty important, huh? I mean, it's graded, smooth, so it must go somewhere important. Not just dead end out here, I hope. Wow, this is almost like pavement.
Mm-hmm.
Really smooth. Nice. So they're actually putting money into this and maintaining it. And the rocks are getting more interesting again. Okay, well, let's see where this takes us, but it should take us into the state park. There's probably no entrance station over here. Oh, this can't be true. Is it locked? This is right about the state park boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And it's locked. And it looks like some old mining area here. No signs. So it could be locked on the other end also. Well, great looking road gets to the state park and dies. Like who's maintaining this and why? But there seems to be a road back here a little bit going to our left. There was a workaround for the gate, but they put a bunch of boulders in the way of that. So state parks clearly doesn't want us going there. That may be the road that we just sort of passed. It's okay. This could be pretty sketchy. It's over there also. Well, zoom in. Yeah, that's it. So Trails Off-Road just has this as moderate. And they don't have it rated. They didn't really do anything on it yet. They just say it's here. And they probably drove it, but didn't spend the time doing a nice job of documenting it. So, sketchy, huh? The question is, if you're overlanding, do you really have to do these kinds of things? Or just go out to I-15 and go on to the next adventure? And I think that's really a personal decision. And we may end up having to do that. We are on what it's called Ute Road back there, which was really nice. Nice break. And then we got off on what Onyx calls, not Onyx, Trails Off-Road calls, what, Trail H or something. And they haven't rated it. So they do have an explanation that says it's easy. And it's been a little interesting in a couple of spots, but more or less easy for a Jeep. I'm not sure most van people would want to do it. Okay, can you see ahead there?
Mm-hmm.
Looks good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, drop, but not bad. So this is adventure, that's for sure. And it's remote. I'm not sure it's worth doing, but we don't know until we, get out here.
Some kind of plant is here, and they're gonna bloom soon. A few more.
Okay. Off camber and steep. Really steep.
Madras?
Yeah, let's put it in mud. I probably don't need it. But, you know, that is so steep. We could actually have the front tires in the air. So,
Do you want me to go outside?
yeah, why don't you shoot this from down there, Kat?
From down where?
Here in the wash. Yeah, close. Pray for me, because this is just about straight up. Oh shit, almost went into a ditch on the other side. Okay, back it up. There's not much room to back up. Okay, that was pretty crazy. Look what we got coming up. I really hope we don't have to run across a gate down here somewhere and have to turn around and go back. Really don't want to retrace this. Very steep, but, you know, not technical. Just kind of straight down-ish. Now we're in this wash. Okay, this is pretty fun. So we're in a little piece of state park here. But most of them are coming into the Loganville off-highway vehicle area. But beautiful, beautiful rocks, and it's terrific out here. We're still on that Trail H. That Trails Off-Road hasn't really rated yet, but I'd rate it probably a 4 out of 10 because of the just that one steep spot. And we're doing it kind of east-west, north-south. Look at how steep that trail is over there.
I know, I was thinking, hopefully we're not going there.
No, I'm not going to do that one. That would be a front wheels in the air for sure. Oh, here's a desert bighorn. Can you get him? Can you get a photo? Just shoot. Nice. We captured a desert bighorn sheep down here. Well, we didn't capture it. We just a little photography.
Been to all those places on the wall, and none come close to this, I'm sure. You try to say the sunrise the same, but tell me, have you ever danced in the rain? And I could try to just follow the sweat, but I'll never find this anywhere else. And I could try to just follow the sweat, but I'll never find this anywhere else. I'll never find, I'll never find, I'll never find.
Well, we found a series of ledges. So, very bouncy. So we think we're taking a trail into Overton. It's not rated by Trails Off-Road or OnX Off-Road. But it's pretty fun driving the wash. Especially trying to figure out which is the easier track to go down the wash, because there's many. Okay, straight ahead looks kind of rough. So let's cut over to the main wash. And doesn't really matter what we do here. Let's just do this. Whoa, that's violent. Okay, let's get out of these ledges. So the problem with this wash is, I think it's the side-by-sides do this, but I'm not sure. But it's sort of a washboardy thing. But not like the usual washboard. They're a little farther spaced apart. So this old car didn't do well here in the wash. Now it looks like all of the trails don't want us to go down the wash. They want us to go up here and around a very narrow part of the wash, it looks like on the map. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into up here. So far looking pretty good. That's not so good. This is for side-by-sides or something.
It is. It's very narrow.
This is too narrow. Too narrow for us. Man, we would have this is like really hard to figure out. We had to retreat. The side-by-sides were struggling to get around it. That was just a really bad spot. And we had lunch. Katya bakes up quick little lunches for things like this. It's 91 degrees out. So pretty nasty. We can create our own shade, of course, but it's still not much fun to be sitting out there sweating. So we're going to go back up through all this washboard, which I hated driving in the first place, and I get to do it all over again. It is scenic out here. And we're going to try to take an easier way out, but not sure about it because none of our maps have any details on it, so it could be anything. Okay, we think the trail goes to the right, to the left that is, up this really steep climb. What does it say here? Can you read that?
Not yet. Mount motorized vehicle. Nevada
State
State
Parks.
Parks.
Motorized. Okay. Well, we're in mud ruts, and I think I'm going to take this one to the right. I don't know. It's going to go up steep also, but whatever. It shows we're on the road on the National Geographic overlay. This does not look good in front of us.
No.
None of this looks good in front of us. We have to turn around again. Back down or something. Okay, we got to figure this out. Okay, this is a tight switchback, and Katya's backing me up, and it looks like I'm going to make it around it. But this is where a longer van just isn't going to cut it. Yeah, and that looks pretty gentle. Okay, hop in. Ford sensors, this isn't a parking lot. You actually don't have to alert me to how difficult this is, how steep it is, or how gnarly it is. I actually have a clue. Okay, where are we going here?
To the right. But there's big rocks here. Do you want me to move them? Let me do it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, tight as hell. Okay, so we're out of the washes. We're up on this prairie, and this looks a whole lot better. And I bet you guys would like it if I did this. And now, we're following this road to somewhere. And it doesn't really show on a lot of the other maps. So I don't know what we're going to hit out here. I think we're in the state park now. But they haven't put a gate up anyway. And the terrain is beautiful. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 91 degrees. Okay, I gotta get off this ridge, which usually means dropping down ledges. But beautiful out here. Whoa. Wow, beautiful.
Look how steep it is here.
Yeah, steep, really steep, but it's not scary, at least yet.
Address?
Yeah, I think I'm in mud ruts. Let me just check. Probably don't need it.
When you're in mud ruts, it doesn't show the map. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll show the map. Yeah, I know some big ledges up there that are getting bigger looking as we get closer.
Didn't it be on the bottom?
No. I'm gonna have to go scout that.
Okay.
See that upper part?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Getting out and doing a lot of scouting here lately. Okay, so this doesn't look bad. Got a pretty good track, probably right over here. And what do we got here? If I stay right, oh, it looks pretty easy, doesn't it? There's one rock I'm going to push out of the way just to make life a little easier. It's not a big deal. Yeah, this looks... Oh, I'm not going to push it out of the way. It's solid rock. Okay, so this looks doable. Wow, beautiful out here, eh? Look at this terrain. But also look at this rock. From looking down, right through here, it'd be obviously way too wild for the van. Yeah? Okay, it's going to be a little challenging. Okay, you guys ready for this adventure? Is it going to be easy? Okay, first obstacle. Sure nice not to have a big hood out in front of us. Now, I want to go left. It's steeper, but a little too much power there, Jim. Okay, that was kind of wild. Beautiful here, but we just noticed we're off. We're in the wrong place, so we have to turn around. And we didn't really notice any road going off the other direction, so this ought to be interesting. There's a sheep way down there. Can you
I see
shoot
them.
with your phone.
Oh, the phone. Video?
Yes. 3 of them? 4 of them?
More,
The
more than
small herd down there. Hey, cool. Well, we have to go back down that big nasty climb we did. And this ought to be interesting, eh? Stay to the left here a bit. Look at that big hole, huh? But we have to drop into that hole. And then off this side, there's just no way around it. We're gonna be way off camber for a moment. Right there is scary. Way off camber. We're going really steep down. And we've got this, but it is pretty wild. So down in this wash ahead of us must be the road, the other road.
Mm-hmm. That's how it looks.
That we're supposed to be on it. We're supposed to be making a right here somewhere. And it wasn't all that obvious to us coming up. It's like supposed to be right here. Yes, this is it. Okay. There's a huge ledge.
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get out and scout it. Okay, so it looks like if I cut here, drop in through there, and then make a sharp right, run that rear wheel over this rock. What's it like ahead of us, though? Well, only one way to find out. Let's go check this ledge out ahead of us here. To the right looks doable. Oh yeah, it's nicely ramped. Well, we can come back up all of this.
But will we be able to turn around if after that or something?
Who knows?
No.
We never know if we can turn around. We just pull it off. You know, I could go farther forward
That's what I thought, and
then pull around over here somewhere and just drop this. What do we have out here? No wonder we didn't notice this road. Yeah, right here. Okay, I'll do that.
bottom.
I want to be a little off camber here. It's a little scary, but I think this is the way to go. Drop it down slow. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's just hit it with a little speed and right up it. Beautiful. So this looks like a main road. Wow. There's very few tire tracks ahead of us. There's a lot of hiking tracks. Somebody's been walking around out here. But I'm getting really concerned that there's going to be a major obstacle and we're going to have to turn around. Because there's just footprints. There's not even side-by-sides. And let's see, what do I want to do here? Do this. Okay, we're going down. There's a sign way up there.
Yeah, I see that.
That's interesting. Probably says, do this trail and you'll die. Now here's a place I could turn around, and that looks gnarly down there. So let's scout it. It's totally impossible to do. So yeah, there's the road. It's washed out right there, and we have to turn around and decide what to do next. Well, at least it's beautiful out here, but we've been defeated twice now. So I think that's it. We're not going to go off trying to explore any more of these off-highway vehicle roads out here. There could be an easier way back. We just don't know where it is. And the information we're getting from Onyx and Trails Off-Road just isn't good enough. Okay, what did I do here? I think I went right through here. Let's see, what do I want to do? Tipped it quite a bit. And then I think I can do this. Let's see if we lift it enough to be able to do this. Nice. Nice. So we spent 3 nights in hotels because of the heat out here. It's still 91 at almost 4 o'clock. But we were going to go up to the old Butte and camp. But it's probably at least as hot as this, because it's just across the Virgin River. It's getting tiring. Okay, this is part of our retreat here. We dropped down into this wash. It's on a very steep, non-technical descent, other than very steep. And we're looking at it going up and saying, nah, not if we don't have to. So the road we came in on is up there on the ridge to our right. And I'm hoping that as we get further up this wash, we'll be able to get up to it. If this thing doesn't dead end somewhere up here. There's been a lot of surprises today. I don't want any more. Okay, the first technical climb, the first technical thing we had on this today was this descent. And now we're just going to go up it in normal all-wheel drive, just like that. And it is steep. And then we have this descent that goes like straight down and is off camber. And I took it a little fast because I was concerned about it being a little too off camber. But kind of a toboggan ride there. Now it's back in our wash. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, a little off camber here. Ready for this dip? That's not too bad. We're getting very close to that, I guess, paved new road. And that will be nice. I'm tired. This was hard. Katya's tired. Ahead out there is the gate that defeated us. And we're on, I guess, pavement, sort of. Oh, tired. Very, very tired. Defeated 3 times. A gate, I mean a big serious gate. A place that was way too narrow for our van, and way too risky, even by my standards, way too risky. To get around that boulder and on that narrow little trail. I mean, we have a short wheelbase, but I was watching the side-by-side struggle. And then a completely washed out road that I guess everybody else knows it's washed out because there were no tire tracks on it after a while. So there may be another way out of that area to the east towards Loganville, that area. But we're not going to go find it. Somebody else can figure it out for a van. But it's beautiful back there. I mean, once we got out of this prairie stuff, even our paved roads washed out right here. But got around it. So once we got out of this prairie stuff, this was beautiful. Because we got into the Valley of Fire State Park, and there's some great rock formations there. But I would suggest just going on the paved roads in Valley of Fire, and you'd probably be just fine. And you'd probably actually get through to maybe a destination. Okay?
Pavement ends.
This pavement is ending. Shit. Why today? Why us?
94 degrees.
94 degrees. Okay, well, we got to go down through here in a wash. So, we'll put it on the other camera. So, we thought it was pavement. All the way to the I-17, Interstate 17. And now we have this. So, it could have been pavement, it just got washed out. This is a pretty steep little bank right here, but I think we can do it. Maybe we should have stayed in the wash, don't know. So this wash probably washed out the pavement. Oh, look, pavement straight ahead. Oh, what a relief. But then it quits a little farther down. So, okay, nobody's really maintaining this. It's just whatever happens, happens.
Oh my God.
What is this? No, that completely drops off. So we have to go back, turn around somewhere, and go down the wash. Yeah, it just doesn't stop wanting to kill us out here. We turned around, and now we have to get back off of here. I wonder if it'd be easier to go over this way instead of that drop off that steep little spot. Use all our wash driving skills and come around this way. It does look like a better option. Okay, back down through a wash. A little ledge there, but it looks like there's a nice workaround here. By the way, it's 94 right now. A few minutes ago it was 96. There is a little shade here in the canyon, but we have to get up pretty close to these canyon walls. And with evidence of occasional cave-ins, it's not so good. Well, this doesn't look like a treat either, does it?
No, but did we come that road?
No, we didn't come this road.
Ah, okay.
This is washed out ahead of us. Let's scout it. This does not look like van terrain without major road building. We aren't doing that. So there is another way we could try back there, but my guess is we have to go all the way back the way we came. Yikes, that's a long way and it's slow, and this would have been the fastest way. Adventuring at times. Oh well, you understand. We're trying to find the road that we came up on, and it looks like we found it. But you know, this road is no treat. Took a long time. So, but out here in the heat, we're tired. No shade anywhere safe. The van would get really hot in this temperature. We wouldn't be able to sleep until maybe midnight. So we're going to drive back to civilization. Camped. What is it? Almost 6 o'clock. Temperatures dropped to about 85. The wind's blowing like crazy, you know, Mojave. And we're up here somewhere near the Moapa Reservation. And we're going back the same track. We're going to go back the same place we started. There's no other possible routes for us that we could find anyway. But I'm really looking forward to a glass of Chardonnay. And Katya's making treats out there, way far in the distance. You can see the solar panels north of Vegas. So that's what we're looking at. I-15 is out there in the haze. And, you know, our view isn't terrible. There are better places today, but still, it's kind of nice out here. And certainly isolated. Although that's not usually our goal. You ready for me in there?
I am ready.
Great.
Oh,
So, Katya, what do you think of today?
Dear Overlanders, it was a day. It was boring, beautiful. Then we had been defeated 4 times. I thought, my God, will we ever get out of here? Jim is driving. I'm glad Jim is driving because those are hard challenges that we had to go through. And I thought maybe we're gonna get to St. George to hotel. But then we started seeing the shadows from the mountains, and I thought, you know, we can camp. We're camping, having a little wine, had wonderful dinner from leftovers from nice restaurants that we visited a couple days before. It was a challenging but beautiful day.
Sounds good, Kat. That's kind of the way I feel. Challenging. We had our challenges, no question. It was hard. There was not much road building, but it was still really hard.
I was expecting road building and the winch and our anchor use, but we didn't have to do that. So I think it's a moderate difficulty day.
But also, it's like so cozy in here. And we're in the middle of nowhere. Off in the distance, we can see the Moapa Chevron station and so forth. The native Chevron station out there, and they got a hotel and some good things. And they let us camp there if we want in the parking lot. Yeah, they're great folks. But we have we're here in the middle of nowhere because we're too tired to go any farther. It's just too many adventures today. Good morning, Overlanders. So, yeah, we had a nice camp spot out here in the middle of nowhere, east of the Moapa Indian Reservation, and like zero people around, zero cars going by. It was pretty mellow, big view, and one thing, it was blowing all night, really hard. But when you're in a van, that's just fine, because we didn't care. So we're going to go over to Gold Butte and take a look at that, and probably camp over there. Going down through a deep wash right now. Okay, we got it. Probably camp over there, and it's supposed to be pretty. We were near there once last year. I just went in a little bit, and looks like it's got promise to be interesting. So we want to do the Gold Butte Loop, and after that we'll decide what to do. Today the weather's supposed to be partly cloudy and much cooler, like 74 degrees instead of 94. And it's so it's not the best for photography, but we're hoping to get some gaps in the clouds, get something nice to show you.